Hi friends, so not very long ago I was contacted by Toronto keyboard man if I wanted to try out their Wooting 80HE Modkit, and I was immediately very intrigued because as you might know, modding the 80HE is not as easy as modding the 60HE. 80HE is using a gasket mount, it is using a very different layout, so I was very interested in what they had to offer. The mod kit comes with a plate of your choosing and a lot of different films and foams you can stuff your case with. I have to admit, I didn't know the meaning for half of the stuff here, but I asked them so I can tell you. So for the plate, you can choose from POM, FR4 and carbon fiber. I chose to go with the FR4 this time for this build since I was interested in the marbly sound I hear it offers. I also got the carbon fiber plate to try out later. These aftermarket plates don't have the standoffs pre-installed that the stock plate has, so you will have to screw them in yourself, which is kinda tedious, but that is just something you have to do here. Then there is this pour-on plate foam that can replace the silicone layer between the plate and the PCB, which then requires you to use the smaller gasket foam pads to make up for the lack of support from the missing gasket silicone parts, but I went with the stock silicone this time. I will have to try the pour-on foam and the gasket pads later on, however. Then you have a PET film and a thinner layer of IXPE foam that you can use with the pour-on foam to alter the sound a bit. These are something that you absolutely cannot use with the stock silicone. I tried them with it and it changed the distance of the switches and Hall effect sensors, and some keys just stopped working altogether, so use those only if you use the pour-on foam, and even then make sure afterwards that every key is traveling the complete full distance of the switch. You don't want any issues with that. Then for the back of the PCB you will have an extra PET tape layer that will also make the sound more poppy, and it tames the topmost frequencies of the keyboard. For the case you will have a pour-on foam layer and a PET layer to go over it, some extra pour-on foam to fill the small cavities inside the case, and some gasket foams if you use the pour-on sandwich foam. Then there is also some smaller foam pieces labeled R and L and U, etc. And those are meant mainly for the plastic case that have more cavities than the zinc alloy counterparts have. Then for the switches of this keyboard, I had the option to choose between the Gateron Jade Maxes, Jade Gamings, which are a boxed stem version of the Jades, and then the Jade Pros that I have been using a lot lately with the Wooting 80HE. The differences between these are mainly in the materials used in the switch and also the stem structure on the Jade Gaming version. The Jade Maxes feature a fully polycarbonate design with a slightly higher graded spring, but many users have reported some issues with these with scratchiness, and personally I disliked how sticky the stem is to the keycap, which made swapping keycaps kinda painful. I went with the Jade Maxes at first just to try them out, and while they did sound great, I had to swap back the Jade Pros because some of my keys randomly got stuck at the bottom. So from the Gateron's Magnetic offerings, I still recommend the Jade Pros for the best stock experience and sound. The Jade Gamings are something I can recommend also if your goal is not the most pleasant typing sound and rather minimizing the key wobble, since they have some pretty annoying frequencies on the sounds happening there, but they do feel very stable overall. But yeah, here is a quick sound test between all the three switch options. The keycaps I used previously were the GMK Honor Dark set, which I really liked, but I wanted something slightly darker for this, and also I wanted to hear some good PBT thockiness this time, so I went with that dark grey set from FBB that has some very interesting keycaps included, like the shift keys. The die-up legends seem to be very consistent, and the thickness of these caps is very nice at 1.7 millimeters. So I'm pretty sure this will offer the sound profile I was looking for. Overall, this new build looks amazing in my opinion. The dark keycaps together with the very nice looking raw zinc case from Wooting just complement each other, and man, this thing is heavy. But how it sounds is what you probably wonder. So here is a quick sound test with the Jade Maxes at first, and then with the Jade Pros, both with stock looping. So overall, I think I managed to get the sound almost the way I want on this one. One thing I still want to do is to fill the spacebar with some poron foam, since there is some slight pinginess on it, and I also want to try how the poron foam plus the gaskets affect the typing feel and the stability of the board. But I think that is it for this video and keyboard build. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.